Welcome to Grilla Queues around the globe. One of the things I wanted to do when I designed the Grilla Queue is to be able to replicate all different types of cooking from all the way around the globe. Today we're starting off in England, in a beautiful English garden, beautiful English summer. What we're making is a butterflied shoulder of lamb with classic English flavours. It's going to have marmalade, some red wine, some ginger. It's going to be delicious. We're going to catch the drippings to make a beautiful woody flavoured gravy with rosemary, onion, tomatoes. We're going to use a basic Grilla Queue setup where we're going to have it hot and dry, because we're going to use an indirect method to cook the lamb to a near temperature, then take across to the direct side over the coals to get that beautiful sear. The lamb shoulder itself, because of the varying thicknesses of the meat, some of it will be a beautiful, well done, full flavoured, and other parts of it will be slightly rarer, and some will actually be quite rare, and so you can serve all different kinds of people from this one cut, depending on what the kind of meat they prefer. It's going to be delicious. Let's get right on with it. Basic setup: Grilla Queue, drip pan, about 25 to 30 charcoals lit, and I've got some unlit charcoal here as well. I'm going to set it up so that the Grilla Queue is across the middle of the Weber to make sure there is maximum space on both sides of that grill, because we need to use the indirect and the direct side. I'm going to place the drip pan on the indirect side, and then I'm going to put the lit charcoals onto what we're terming the direct side, and just pour them in, no mucking around. Okay. Add the cooking grate. Just sits right on there, and then add the meat. Here, beautiful butterflied shoulder of lamb. I'm actually using a butterfly shoulder. You could just easily use a butterflied leg, just depends what the butcher has available. And on it goes. Let's keep it tucked away. Drip pan directly underneath the meat. Hot coals on one side. Grilla Queue creating that sharp boundary between the direct and the indirect side. And what we do, put the lid on and leave it for about 20 minutes to bring the lamb up to temperature, and then we're going to move it across and then really sear it with the marmalade ginger rosemary sauce. It's going to be delicious. Stay with us. Okay, so the initial setup: hot coals on one side, Grilla Queue in the middle creating the boundary, lamb on the other. We're going to cook the lamb for about 20 minutes or so on the indirect side with the lid on to bring it up to temperature. Then we're going to simply move it over the hot coals to create a beautiful sear. It's going to be good. So just a quick note about temperatures and the vent settings. Because we're cooking this indirect with a goal to get the lamb temperature at its thickest point around about 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Once it gets to the searing point, that's going to get it to that 135 in places, 145 in other places, so that rare, medium rare, well done range across the different thicknesses of the meat. So I'm not overly worried about the temperature that we're cooking at for the indirect portion of the cook. So somewhere between 300 to 400 degrees is quite comfortable, and we're looking at that for about 15 to 20 minutes. I say, because the number that we're more concerned about is the temperature of the lamb and what it gets to on the indirect side. As I say, the goal is on the thick parts to be about 125 degrees. To get about 400 degrees, I've got both vents fully open, the upper and lower vents. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to check on the temperature of the meat, give the coals a quick stir, see where we stand. Let's go. Alright, the lamb's taken on a beautiful colour. Notice I threw a few potatoes on just to pick up some of that heat. I'm going to check the temperature right now in the thick part of the meat. Feels nice. So we're getting up there into those 130s and the deep parts, thin parts. What we're looking at now, getting quite warm in those parts. I think we're ready to start doing the direct heat side. Okay. It's going to be a good looking piece of meat. So now we come to the fun part. Start the direct grilling of the lamb. I'm using a thick sauce, I say, using classic English flavours, marmalade, which is made with, ironically, Seville oranges, some ginger, and then woody herbs, rosemary, oregano, thyme, some red wine, and some garlic. Boil down to a thick sauce, the recipe on the write-up. I'm going to baste and then start grilling. Just giving the direct side, the hot coals there, an opportunity to really get hot, really get some sear to them. So just giving a quick baste. You can hear it sizzling on the griller queue. Be pretty liberal. Now the sugars in the marmalade, for those who don't know, marmalade is essentially a jelly made with oranges rather than red fruits such as cherry or strawberry. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's put it on. Whoa. Looking lovely. Apologies for my arm. Just going to baste this top side. Give it a few seconds to go. All looks rather good. So I'm going to keep flipping the meat. Ah, beautiful colour it's getting. Keep flipping it every 30 seconds or so to get a nice brown on the outside. We don't have to go crazy, just have to get it to sear beautifully. Remember, most of the cooking was done on the indirect side, so we know that the inside of the meat is going to be absolutely perfect. Now we're just making the outside, taking it to another level. So, regular rotation of this lamb. Just going to get the beautiful brown crunch on it. It's going to be delicious. The dark patches just picking up some of the sugars in the marmalade, caramelizing, just giving some tweaks. This is going to be lovely. I think this is just about done. So what I need now, serving plate, we should be good to go. Okay, let's take her off. Just have a look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully we can all see. I'm going to let the lamb rest and the potatoes sizzle for another few minutes and we should be good to go. And because the potatoes are so lovely, if I give a quick close-up on those, they were basically lightly boiled and then have some beautiful large salt crystals on them, and they're just getting a bit of a crust in some oil, a little bit of butter on top of them, and essentially just frying them on top of the coals. Going to be delicious. And of course, this being England, it's about to rain, so I thought you'd like to see this cut open before it actually starts raining. The thing about the shoulder or even the leg is there's a lot of muscle fibre going in a lot of different directions, so it's very difficult to cut it across the grain. So I'm literally just going to start taking it from this corner. And it's just coming apart very, very easily. This side, as you see, perhaps a little bit more done, but still very, very tender, very juicy. As we go through the middle, oh, look at that. Just a beautiful, beautiful soft piece of meat. Look at that. Absolutely lovely. Just at the right temperature. Nothing too bloody to offend everybody. Just a gorgeous piece of meat. Absolutely just gushing with flavour, gushing with juice. So to continue the slices through the meat, you can see how increasingly rare in the thicker sections. Just cut so easily. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous. So here we are right at the end. Beautiful lamb shoulder, cooked with indirect and then direct heat, so the reverse sear to get that beautiful crust to it. Perfectly cooked on the inside with some essentially roast potatoes, but fried in oil at the end, or with some, say, classic English flavours, those woody herbs, rosemary, oregano, thyme, marmalade, which is as I say, a jelly that's really actually a Scottish delicacy, but we eat it all over the country, mint, and then some acidic flavours from things like red wine vinegar, and vinegar itself. Full recipe on the will be in the write-up, but enjoy it.